Yo YouTube. Today I want to share with you an experience I had this week where I got a $300 lot of cards for 25 bucks. I'm going to show you how you can do the same. Check this out. Last week I was going through my normal searches that I do many times a day, and I stumbled across a very significant deal on a lot of some pretty rare FARV cards. Now, most of you know in this channel, if you've been watching this channel, that I'm a FARV super collector, but it's getting harder and harder and harder to find deals and rare cards that aren't either overpriced or at least at market, since so many people are involved in the space now and are aware of the prices. But one of my regular searches I do is spelling FARV the incorrect way, F-A-R-V-E. I do this for a couple of obvious reasons. One is that many people just don't know how to spell his name correctly, so I want to make sure I have access to as many listings as possible. Two, and the main reason I do it, is because generally if somebody's listing it that way, they didn't take enough time to do the research to list those cards, and you can find significant deals. If somebody has something rare, they don't even know how to spell his name, they throw it on eBay, chances are they have no idea what the actual value is. Now the thing is, these days when I find something that is a good deal on eBay, I have to jump on it right away. There's just so many buyers out there. It used to just be me and a few other super collectors that were trying to scoop up the best stuff at the best deals. And now you're kind of competing with an investor crowd and even a bunch of new collectors. So I found this lot of 16 Brett Favre cards. There was a photo, actually two photos. There was a photo of all the fronts and a photo of all the backs of the cards. And I saw a gem in this lot right off the bat. If you watch my prior video on stripes, wildcard stripes, those are very important to the Favre collecting crowd and have quite a bit of value. Well, there was a very rare 1993 wildcard 50 stripe in this lot that I don't even have one myself, so this would be a PC purchase. And I knew I could get it for a deal. So now that I found this lot, I had to do my work and research into the seller to figure out how do I buy this lot and buy it at a good price. So it was listed as an auction starting at $19.99, which was more than fair, cheap for what I was looking to spend on it. But there was also a best offer option, and I did not want this lot to run in an auction and take a chance that more eyes would see what was in it, all the gold. Which, by the way, there was literally gold in it. There was also a gold 92 Topps card, which are going for almost $50 now. Then I started to research the seller. What is his feedback? Where does he live? What else is he selling? How does he do his listings? Are they all auction with a buy it now? Has he taken buy it now offers on other auctions or items he's been selling? Those are all very important things to learn to make this purchase. Once I figured out who the seller was, I then came up with my plan on the best way to make an offer to try to buy this outright. All right, let's take a quick break and make sure we subscribe, ring the bell, hit the like button, share if you think someone else will get something out of this. Mainly the reason I'm making this video is I want to give you the tips and the tools on how you can also find these deals for the cards you're looking for. This particular seller, all their items were kind of random. There was some clothing items, some household goods, things like that. They clearly weren't a card seller. And this is something they stumbled upon. So I don't know if they're like a storage unit buyer or an estate seller, or heck, they just had a box of stuff in the basement that they were trying to move. Didn't put much thought or research into it. The listing was 16 Brett Favre cards, F-A-R-V-E. that was it. There was no brands, years, nothing like that in the description or in the title of the auction. So based on the value that was in this lot and how I knew the other Favre Piranha were going to come in and try to scoop this up just like I was doing, I needed to make a fairly strong offer, but I still wanted to make sure that I got as good a deal as possible. You never want to overspend if you don't have to. So I looked at it as, okay, he's running this auction at $19.99. Clearly these are items that he's trying to unload and just get some money out of. So I thought, I'm going to make him an offer above that auction price. He doesn't have to wait for the auction to run out. I have great feedback, good history. I buy Favre items. It would be kind of a no-brainer for him to take this sale. My biggest worry always when I send these offers, especially if it's over the auction listing price, is the seller then goes, oh my gosh, well, what's in here if this guy's jumping all over this and offering more than the starting auction price? But in this scenario, I didn't have to go through that. So I made him an offer of $25. It was about maybe 2-3 hours later. I had conversations with a few other Favre collectors to share my potential bounty and get some feedback, and got a lot of lucky yous and whatnot. So that was how I waited out my time. And then the offer was finally accepted. I couldn't pay fast enough. So I paid. I didn't care what the shipping was, none of that. I just wanted to make sure that these cards were going to be taken care of, and I was getting them for that price, and they would be on the way to my house and my collection. I think it was Thursday they arrived. I put them together in part of my mail day. Once we are to the end of this video, I'm going to show you the unpackaging, if you want to call it that. They were shipped in an envelope, and you can see everything that we got and the condition that they're in. Now, one of the things that kind of surprised me was these all came in top loaders. One came in one of those little snap tight cases, a couple of screw downs. So it looked like basically they were shipped as though someone had put them together in 1996, whatever, and thrown them in a box, because they're just old grungy top loaders. The cards are in great shape. They're in sleeves. Looks like whoever originally purchased them did take care of them and realized they had something decent in a lot of these cards, and just stuck them somewhere and left them, never did anything with them. Now, screw downs we haven't used for quite a few years, so whenever I see cards and screw downs, that tells me that, okay, well, this stuff hasn't been touched. The danger in that, of course, is that the screw downs can damage some types of cards. These particular cards that were in the screw downs weren't really susceptible to pressure damage. They weren't foil or anything like that. Well, one kind of was, the trophy collection one, but once I popped it out, it looked just fine and no issues with any of the other cards. As a matter of fact, and you'll see in the video shortly, the 92 Topps Gold was in one of the best ones I've seen. As far as centering, condition, nice bright white, the gold foil on it has no issues. It's potentially something I'm going to send in grade, and then I have a much greater return on this lot. One of the biggest steals I have ever gotten. So I'm going to pull these out and show you what I got. And I'll try to put some graphics on the screen on why I believe this is a really good steal of a deal. So the first one is a Trophy Collection 94 Pinnacle. Yep, 94 Pinnacle. Nice looking card. Looking at, raw. Haven't looked at the shape. It's in a screw down, so that might affect the foil a bit on the front. Corners and everything look good though, so it's been in there for a while. Looks like this was at a shop at one point, Lucky Strike Comics. But these are maybe, $5 to $10 raw on eBay. And another good one here is the die cut special effects version of the Pro Bowl card, Pro Bowl insert from SP. And that was from 2000 or 95, excuse me. 95, yeah, SP. The 94 goes for 30-40 bucks raw and a couple $100 graded 9. So this is a pretty good card. I think I could easily get 20 bucks out of that raw. Again, in a screw down, so those are, I don't reuse screw down, so that'll have to get tossed. But and then everything else came in top loaders, which is something I value because I use those for shipping. This one came in a little snap case thing, but so these are just a few Pinnacle Zenith base. Here's another one. Base cards. Not much there. I sell them for $2 maybe. Then we got a headliners insert. I asked $4 or $5 for one of these. It's not in a sleeve. It's just straight in the top loader. But it looks like it's in pretty good shape. So again, I think these were well cared for at one point. You know, packed to top load sort of thing. Then we have a little pile of these. These are the Prime cards from Playoff in 95. Got 3 of those. And here's another one of those Zenith. And here's one of the big bangers, another big banger in this lot, a gold 92 Tops. And I took this out and looked at it pretty closely, and this is one of the nicest ones I've ever seen. Corners are fantastic, the foil is in real good shape, the surface is nice. And you see these scratches, but that's all on the top load. The centering is really good. Maybe a tad off top to bottom, or a tad left to right, but it looks amazing. Nice and bright white. There's no staining or discoloring, which a lot of these cards would get. So this might even be one to grade. If not, I sell these raw for almost $50 now. So again, another great pickup in this lot. 95 Select certified. This is the first year of Select certified. Really nice looking cards. Considered a premium brand at the time. So I can get a couple bucks for that. 93 Select. This is the very first year of Select. And these sell from time to time as well. $1.50 maybe for that. Here's the 94 Contenders. This is the first year of Contenders, I believe. Nice looking cards. It's got that little stone kind of border to it. These do sell a couple bucks again. Nothing super fantastic there. And then here's another one of the 95 Playoff Primes. And then the huge win out of this lot, a 50 stripe 93 wild card. For those of you who watch my channel regularly, you understand what the stripes are and what they mean for Farv collectors and the Farv hobby. There has not been a recent sale of a 50. The 93 stripes are by far the hardest ones to come across. There has not been a 50 in recent times. I should probably search Terapeak and see what more history there was for sales of this. But there was a 100 stripe that sold recently for, not graded, sold for $350. So I'm thinking we're between 150 and 200 on this card. So what an amazing amount of value out of that little lot. Thank you again for watching. We really appreciate it. Thumbs up, subscribe, really helps the channel and will help me continue to make videos in the future. Until next time, we'll see you again soon.